Do you know who is the only person in the entire MCU to break Tony Stark's #1 rule?
What's his #1 rule?
So we've seen throughout the entire MCU, Tony Stark hates being handed things, but the reason why he's like this is because we know that Stan Lee based Tony Stark off of a man named Howard Hughes, who's basically the real life Tony Stark.
Right.
And we see Tony doesn't let Agent Coulson hand him his mission in the Avengers. He doesn't let a random guy hand him strawberries in Iron Man 2. And he doesn't take any papers or cards from fans in Iron Man 3 and 1. But there's only been one person who has been able to break this rule in the entire MCU.
I can't recall anybody ever breaking that rule.
Yeah, so if you go back to Endgame, when Captain America and Tony had to go back in time together to get the Tesseract, Tony goes to get the Tesseract, Steve goes to get the Pym particles. But then Tony runs into his dad, and remember, in the elevator, Tony's dad had flowers and sauerkraut, and he told Tony to hold it, and Tony took it without asking any questions or any hesitation. But it seriously shows how much Tony respected his father and how much he cared for him. And literally the only other person that has been able to do this in the MCU is Pepper, but that's his wife, so it makes sense that she could break it.
The scene is a lot more meaningful now. The fact that he accepted something from his dad and didn't even question, like hesitating taking it from him.